Now I'm on my way again. This time I'm heading for Skansundet. I found that there is no ice there in the shipping lane, so I might be able to try the catamaran there. So that's my plan. Still ice on the bay here. I should be able to try the new mast here. Now I just need to set up the catamaran. The hulls are unnecessarily heavy. I should have used smaller dimensions in the frames. Maybe I should redesign the boat. Let me know what you think in the comments below, if that would interest you. The mast is as light as it can be. I'm happy with that part now. And there you see another drawback with a heavy hull. It wants to slide downwards. Here comes a really heavy piece. To carry the mast, the front beam needs to be beefy, but the back beam could definitely be lighter. Let's save this hull. The rudder blades are perfect, although steering requires some strength when turning at high speed. I made the boom a bit complicated and heavy. But that's not only bad. A heavy boom will flatten the sails, and I can stretch the sails with the controls. The mast top slides in fine into the lower part. I guess the birds are leaving by now. Mostly guys interested in winter sailing. A drawback with a deep V-hull design is assembling. You could use an extra hand 2 meters away. A flat bottom is easier to keep standing. Here I get away with friction. While fetching the bolts. One inner bolt is enough to hold the beam in place. So when I have got this far, it will keep standing, while I attend to the other side. The trampoline could probably also be lighter, although I can't figure out a way to do it inexpensive. I bought straps for about $400 for this setup. I'm sure one of those birds showed an interest now, when I turned my back to them. Now this beam is also secured. I will tighten these later. The way I made the trampoline, I have to thread it on to the side beam. The whole process is very time consuming. I'm sure you don't mind me fast forwarding this bit. I think my rudder fittings are rather simple and functional. 2 ring bolts on each piece, joined by a bolt. I could probably save a few grams by reduce the dimension one step. When all bolts are in place, I can tighten them. This is what we came for. The mast is as light and shiny as it can be. Time to raise it. This time I will remember to fasten the halyard. It's so irritating to have to lower the mast again. Soon all stays are in place. As the mast is divided, I need more stays than normal. Top stays and middle stays to support the reduced stability in the middle. I lock the mast foot in place with a bolt. Otherwise the mast will slide off the beam when raised. I tie the lower forward stay in the main sheet and start raising the mast. using the main sheet as a security measure and also to increase my strength. The side stays often tangle into things and have to be released. Still not possible to get the mast fully erected. With the thickness of the varnish layers, the mast is just a little too tall to fit in the slot between the bolt and the beam. Alright, it will have to do. Now all lines need to be untangled. This should be fairly quick. But it's not. Ready to go. And I get a supporter to get down on the beach. And out on the sea. In the lee behind the fortress there is not much wind. But it will increase as I get out on a little more open bay. No problem with the mast in these conditions. We will see when the wind increases further. More demanding conditions. Waves pulling in the lines. As I'm sprayed with ice cold water. I would say that the mast works well in supporting the sail. And that we can conclude that the mast build is a success. Next time I will share the rest of this winter sail with you. Until then, fair winds!